Welcome to the Talk Over Coffee Show, where every conversation is as hot as the coffee. Today, we're talking ambition from ideas to reality, how young entrepreneurs can build businesses that last. Our guest speakers today are CEOs, founders of companies, change makers in the society who believe that the right time to start your future is now. I remain your host, Joshua Tariq Quickpen, and we'll be moving swiftly to introduce our guest. On this, my left, is no other person than the doctor himself, Dr. Francis Emmanuel DVM. Good to have you on seat, sir.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the Talk Over Coffee Show. Also, we have the face of the mitochondria of the Talk Over Coffee Show. That's the powerhouse of the Talk Over Coffee Show. No other person than our very own boss. Seated, let us know the face behind Aloft Studio. No other person than Jassini Jabuli. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having
So
me.
happy to have you. So, just a friendly reminder that if you're looking for where to have the best shots, the shots that are stronger than Snapchat, don't go too far. Come straight to Aloft Studio, where you get the memories that are stronger than TikTok. And you don't, yes, you have memories in your weddings. You want to book for birthdays. Just come down. We deliver all the services here at Aloft Studio. So don't forget to book your events. When you book your events, you actually come and give us your testimonies. Like I said, it's from ideas to reality. And our guests believe that the best time to start our future is now. We will be diving into the knot and cranny of this topic because we believe that every young entrepreneur needs to learn the secrets of the businesses they want to go into in order for it to last. So, firstly, let us have a little bit of insider knowledge from ideas to reality from our very own doctor seated with us. Thank you.
Oh, very much grateful to have me here on the show. What an interesting topic. How young entrepreneurs can build businesses that last from ideas into reality. That's a very, very interesting topic. So when you look at entrepreneurship as a word, most times, yeah, all times actually, is about how you can start out something new, something innovative, how people out there can start out businesses. But well, if you ask me, I'll tell you what inspires me is not just how to start the business, but rather how to keep it running, how to stay on course for that long period of time. You need that you've drafted in your mindset to stay on the business. So that's an interesting topic, I'd
Yeah,
say.
most definitely. Thank you, sir. You see, a lot of people have started a lot of businesses and they don't have the long term capacity to keep it.
Sure, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I'll tell you, I'll tell you what. You see, currently in today's world, the average lifespan of businesses has been, researched on, and it's on average 35 years. And then the probability of a business opening today not to last or not to be there in the next 5 years is around, on average, 32% in today's world. So this is a very interesting topic, and I believe it will help young entrepreneurs stay on course, tackle challenges, and be able to extend the lifespan of their businesses.
Okay, let us begin with the conversation. Every big brand started from an idea, a small spark. In
Okay.
both of your experiences, where should young individuals be looking for this spark that could turn into a life changing dream of businesses or brand?
In my experience, I would say they should be looking for this spark from within. When I say from within, I mean, well, starting out a business, especially when you want to start out, it requires a combination of your innovative ideas, your strategic planning, and your your innovative ideas, your strategic planning, and your adaptability. Yeah. So, well, it goes from inside you. That's why I said from within. What do you love doing? Your passion, your interests. I would typically advise young entrepreneurs out there yet to start their businesses to look within themselves, identify their passion and interests, and they will know where to start from. If you ask me from experience.
Mr. Jessini,
Yeah.
was your interest snapping, photography?
Well, first of all, most businesses starts from two perspectives. One, I can say some start with passion, while some start with solving problems. So you may be solving a problem that is not your passion. So from these two perspectives, if you have something that you like doing, you love doing it, there's a saying that it says, "Don't do it for free." If you have a passion for something and you're good at it, don't do it for free. So use your passion to make your income. Now, if you are all about solving problems, then look for the problem or the issues that are in the environment and then bring a solution, be it service or product, render it, and that you can end with it.
So you in particular,
Yeah.
let me ask, because both of you are CEOs, but you in particular, you are the CEO of Alof Studios. Is it your passion that drive you into opening Alof Studio, or you identified the problem, or you identified the problem in society, the problem to snap pictures, and you then use it as a means of, getting value, that's income?
Okay. Since when I was younger, actually, I have always been trying to be creative in some way or the other. I could be doing something that does not relate to whether photo or whatever, but I will try to make it better. Let's say I see something, if I'm to redo it, I will try to make it better. So at some point, I see pictures and I'm amazed by how are they being created? How are these pictures being produced? That's one. So, and then getting more into that aspect, I tend to develop an interest in photography. So, and with time, I began doing my personal research, learning, and then when I came across the saying that when you like something and you do it, get good at it, and then don't do it for free. So I try to make whatever that I see better in the photography aspect, and then with that, I started Aloft Studio. I started very small, actually, very small, and also in aspect of knowing when to start. You don't need to be you don't need to compare yourself with the top levels before you start. Identify the level you are able to be in. Start with that, no matter how little, then grow yourself in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Moving over to our doctor.
Okay.
Along the line, you've mentioned or you've spoken to us that you've had businesses. Sweet Bites is one
Special
of
Bites.
Special Bites is one of the list of businesses that you owned
yeah.
and started. How was it like? What was the journey? What inspired Special Bites?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, it's not really passion, but rather my interest. I was interested in being in the kitchen. That's a guy I know some people might say is weird, especially in our African culture.
Yes, where cooking is
Yeah.
for the women.
You get. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll tell you, it was my interest, being in the kitchen, experimenting on different spices. What would this spice taste like if you put this or this? You understand?
Yeah.
So I actually love being in the kitchen. So it inspired me going into baking and confectioning back then in the university when I started Special Bites. And then I think that was able to keep me because there were times during the processes, on the course of the business, there were times whereby I felt okay, there was a challenge I was having a challenge, okay, not meeting up to the desired expectation or the outcome of what I'm expecting. And I was almost at the verge of quitting. But then what kept me going was because of the interest I had in baking, in being in the kitchen. I wanted to get better. And knowing fully well that I'm no quitter, I stayed on course and I continued the business. Yeah, at that time, it didn't look like I was going to solve the problem, but
No, I think you're actually solving the problem. Hunger issues.
Apart from that, you said interest,
Yeah.
not
passion at
passion.
that time, yes.
But at some point, is there much difference between the two?
Interesting
I
question.
can say the magnitude may differ, but it's the same context that is what you love doing.
Yeah. In a way, that's true, but there's a thin line between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thin
Yeah.
line. So initially, how I started Special Bites was I didn't really plan to commercialize my baking skills, my baking and confectioning skills. I actually just wanted to increase my skills in the kitchen to be able to, put my household together with my spouse and my kids.
Yes, that no woman will not do you shake in the kitchen.
Get. And so by so doing, I needed someone to validate my own opinion because you can't really tell yourself you're good. You have to
Exactly.
let people do that for you.
Yeah.
So I baked and I brought it to class. I baked. I won't forget it was chocolate cake. I brought it to class. I made sure I got the quantity that would at least get to 60% of our class at that time. And then I made sure at least 60 70% had a taste of that cake. They did, and then they came back and they were like, yo, please, how do we get this cake? Do you sell it? Where can we buy it? Like, they are just so interested in the cake. And I'm like, oh no, this is what is happening. I don't really plan. They said, please, it's a lie, that you must bake that cake. Oh. What are you saying? They said they were all over me for the cake. And I'm like, okay, no problem. When next I want to bake, I will tell you guys. So you guys will just bring your change and I'll put it all together and see what we can do, how we can organize it. And then that was how it actually started.
Wow.
And then it's continued. But at the point I faced challenges. Like I said earlier, I literally was about to quit, but God help. I don't know if it's okay. I say the challenge on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was a time whereby I told you started as chocolate cake first,
Yes.
and then there will be a time where your consumers, your customers, will get tired of
Exactly.
whatever it is that they're buying from you. Yes. And so that generally they wanted more. They wanted carrot cakes, banana bread.
Carrot cake.
Oh yeah, they
Yes.
wanted more.
This is the first time I'm hearing carrot cake. Oh.
I can begin to imagine how it will look like.
Honestly.
Oh, it's yummy. You should taste it.
I think I'll come and do it.
So they wanted more. And then I said to myself, okay, these are things I know deep down. My level no reach. I haven't, my skills were not up to that point where I could do the carrot cake and, be okay, with myself to give it out to someone else to eat. You get. So I had to go back to the base, go, back to learning, take advantage of everything I can get, YouTube, name it, and then I was able to, get the recipe, tried it out a couple of times, and then it worked out, and then I was able to deliver different
Varieties.
varieties of that same carrot cake that they wanted, and they loved it.
Honestly, this is a really, I feel so inspired.
Yeah, but then, if it wasn't for the interest that I had in getting better at the skill at that time, I would actually, I would just quit. I would give up. I would just let it rest.
Okay. Having an idea is one thing.
Yeah.
Just like as mentioned, the real deal is starting it. So now, after somebody has found their idea, what do they do next, Mr. Adolf?
Okay, I mentioned earlier that there is no exact right time that they'll tell you, okay, this is the right time to start up. If you have an idea, if you don't start it up when the idea is still boiling on your head, it will end up in the book. It will end up in the notes. That's just the truth. So for those ones that will actually sit down, write, this is the plan, this is what, and you just have to start it as it is. I also started my business when I was in part 400 level. So we're still doing it as a freelancing. When you have a shoot, you book, we go, we run the shoots, and then we come back, we do the job and deliver. So, but that was not enough. We needed to be consistent, which is something very important in business, consistency. So, waiting for a client to come was not enough for me because I see that that wouldn't give me the result I want. That wouldn't push the business the way I want. Although at that point, the whole business was not standing as we want to start up a company, or it was just as I like doing this and it brings in some change to support me in school, right? So I want to get good at it. If I finish, I would want it to be more. So, but in my 400 level, with the Nigerian system, you have strike, you have this, you have that. So there was a little break, and then I just got a place at my former office. So I just started it there. So when school resumed back, going back and forth, going back and forth, at some point, the quitting, the challenge will come.
Yeah,
Challenge,
it will set in.
yeah, it will set in. And that's where your interest or passion comes in. It will help you, it will push you. Once you just feel like, okay, I'm tired of this, and when you sit down, you're like, you like this thing, get up and go and do it. What are you still doing sitting down? It will that interest will push you, will still push you. And if you hold on to it, you in fact backing down is not an option. Backing down is not an
Exactly.
option.
Yeah.
Yeah. So directly to your question, when is the right time to start, right? Or how do they go about
Yeah, how
starting?
do they go about starting it?
Now, anybody that wants to start a business, we want to give an excuse not to start.
Exactly.
First, let me use my own side as an example. Your own side may be different. Your own may be, I don't have cutting knife. I don't have um this shaper or whatever. But yeah, mixer
you
and
go
things
with
like
your
that.
hand.
Yeah. So for your own part, those are the kind of
Sugar
challenges
and
you
butter.
face.
God, that thing
Yeah.
is very
So for
difficult.
my own part, it was more of gadgets. We deal with gadgets. The dollar rise.
Honestly.
I'm sure at that point where it was something else. Then I bought a little camera at some point. An iPhone at that time could actually, I wouldn't say it was not better, but if you use it
It will
anyhow,
snap better,
it will
sir.
show you that iPhone can actually be better. So, but the fact that I wanted to be creative, that makes a significant difference between snapping with your phone and snapping with the camera. So we snapped with it. Now, the reason why I said that camera can be equivalent to an iPhone is actually the specs, not the production. It's the specs. We do extras in the editing aspect, right? So some of the challenges is gadgets. So I should say mostly capital, right?
Yeah,
But at some point, I used my hostel fee to buy that camera.
Oh my God.
I, I used my
Risk
hostel fee
takers.
to buy that camera. But I sat down and said, some people use that hostel fee to play bets, but I use it to invest in something that no matter what, is physically there. Even if I will have to sell it again, fine. But it's there, unlike bed that you lost, you lost. So I use my hostel fee and part of my monthly allowance that they send me to buy the camera, right? So I had to, you know, suppress some necessities to start the business. Since at some point we don't have guarantors to tell us that go to the bank and get a loan or whatever. So you start with the little you have.
Yes.
Just like in our doctor's aspect, he said, okay, you guys like the cake, bring some of your change. He decided to use their what do
Capital.
I call it? Their cravings to his advantage. Yeah, so bring the cash, I make it for you, and then everybody goes happy, right?
Yeah.
But for us, it's a little bit different.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So we bought the camera, we started the work. I had a colleague that was also embedded in the vision. So we started together running around. When there's no lectures, we come, we do the work. If he doesn't have lectures, he stayed in the studio. I go for mine, we interchange like that. And that was how we started. And now the result is what is showing on camera now.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
true.
honestly, that's a very good
So
one.
there is no right time to start. Start immediately the idea comes and you see possible means of starting, no matter how small. Even if you have to withhold some of your necessities or at least pressure yourself for a while. There is nobody that is going to start a business. I will not get lean for the first year.
Oh yes, it's really showing
see
on
that.
me.
There is no
It's
way.
showing on me. I
You
understand.
must reduce in size for the first year.
it
You
is.
must. It could be the pressure of maybe reducing some of your consumption or some of your
Cutting out accessories.
cutting out accessories to fund that business, or it may be stress of the gravity of the business itself. One must actually show on your physical structure.
All right. Thank you very much. It's been an interesting conversation. Just keep tight to your seats. We are coming back after a short commercial break. We're coming in hot with the hot seat. After the hot seat, we'll be taking two more questions before we call it a wrap. So we'll be right back. Just, take some coffee because it is Talk Over Coffee Show. See you all in a bit.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Talk Over Coffee Show, guys. I hope you all have your mugs ready. It is the part where our viewers love the most, the hot seat. And here, you both have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as you can. The rules of the game, no thinking, just answer. Ready?
Let's go.
Ready?
Ready.
No thinking, just answer. So if I say ready, don't think, sir, just answer. Okay, so yes. 60 seconds. We'll be having that timed. So we'll be beginning with our doctor. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
First hustle you ever did?
It's been a long time. I thought about it, so let's skip it.
Okay. If you could start a business with any celebrity, who would it be?
VDM.
Okay. The most money you've ever made in a single day in your business?
400K.
Wow. Business failure you learned the most from?
The time where I decided to try something new without experimenting on it first.
If your business was an animal, which would it be and why?
A panda. Because it's white and black.
Okay. One thing you will never compromise on in business?
Integrity.
What would you sell if you had to start with only 5,000 naira?
My ideas. Myself.
You sell yourself if you had
Yes.
5,000 naira. Okay. All right. Although you spent more than a minute, thank you very much. I believe our viewers have learned more about you in 60 seconds than you would actually reveal. Most entrepreneurs will reveal in a year. All right. Let us also go to our boss over there. So starting now, what would you sell if you had to start with only 5,000 naira?
5,000 naira. I will sell what is needed in the community.
What is needed in the community, sir?
Let's say I will start with something like drinks. It's something that never.
Okay, drinks and water. One thing you will never compromise on in business.
Yeah, I'll still go with integrity.
If your business was an animal, which would it be and why?
I will take. I'll take a leopard
Why?
because of its skin. It has this unique texture that you have to
Okay,
look at
the most money you've ever made in a single day.
in a single day.
Yes,
The most money.
most money.
Okay, that would be 900,000.
Oh my God. Okay, if you could start a business with any celebrity, who would it be?
Big H.
Big H.
Yeah.
All right, your time is up. I think we've learned a lot, or at least we've known our guests well enough than most entrepreneurs will actually reveal in a year. So thank you very much for engaging in the hot seat. We believe our viewers will love this session because they'll get to know you. They'll get to know 900K in a day. And they'll get to, and let me not answer too. Okay, moving back to the conversation, we're staying in the game from ideas to reality.
Yeah.
But we need to talk big on challenges because most people have they have the ideas, but there are a lot of challenges ranging from capital down to some restraints to some talk downs. Because even your ideas, if you talk to people about it, they can talk you down. It's also a challenge. So we need to talk big on challenges. Let's go to our doctor. Can you give us some challenges that people think are challenges but aren't actually challenges, and what are the actual challenges in starting up an idea to a business?
If you ask me, I'll tell you, most of what people see as challenges is not really challenges. They are not actually challenges. If you ask me, I would say capital is not a challenge to start a business.
For real?
Yeah, I'll say it and I'll say it again. Yeah. You just need to know, you just need information. You need information. There are a whole lot of people. I'll actually say that the challenges we face as entrepreneurs in this present society is ourselves. Yeah. Laziness that we exhibit. Yes. On the course of our business. You see someone telling you they want to start their business and you ask them, do you have a business plan? They don't even know what that is. No research, no nothing. They've not even validate the idea that they've developed. Because like we said earlier, passion, business driven through passion, business driven to you wanting to solve a problem. Yeah, some people that you have passion for baking, yeah, but you don't know how to transform that baking passion that you have into a business and then commercialize it. Then you see them, they've not even done their research on their market audience. Who are they selling to? I did mine. Who am I supposed to sell these things to? Because I'll tell entrepreneurs out there, you starting out a business without you identifying at least 80% of who you are selling, whatever you're selling to, you're already on the verge of failure. Your business wouldn't even last because there will come to be a time whereby you have to identify your target market. You have to think about your marketing strategies. You have to develop your business plan before you go out there and start that business. And then when you talk about capital is not a challenge for me. There are a whole lot of organizations out there that are willing to kickstart your business for you. They are willing to fund it for you. There are Kickstarter. Kickstarter is actually an organization that crowdfunds for you. There is Indiegogo, they crowdfund for you. There are angel investors everywhere. The problem is us. We entrepreneurs, we're just lazy. We don't look it up. You should take advantage of the free things you have. You have your phone, you have your AI. Search it. How many times have you gone to search angel investors willing to support young entrepreneurs and starters? How many times? Let's just be honest with ourselves.
Very true.
And then if you check all these things, you begin to find out that actually what you identify as a challenge isn't just, it's not even really a challenge.
Okay, so what are the then besides we,
Yeah.
are there other factors that can act as challenges?
Oh yeah. There are a whole lot of other factors that could actually act as challenges. One is even the circle you keep. Yeah.
Okay,
You starting out a business without getting a mentor.
very true.
There are a whole lot of other challenges because this mentorship is actually very important. These guys provide guidance, they provide support, encouragement. They're the ones to tell you, they provide insights from gained experiences that will help you make informed decision when you are actually trying out your business. A whole lot of challenges that you face in the business. Maybe you're not meeting your expected outcome. You should be willing to, adapt and pivot, willing to change. Okay, what's not working to what's working. But before then, there are a whole lot. There is something people miss right there. Sometimes when something is not working, some people will just go ahead and change it immediately without identifying why is that thing not working. If somebody will tell you, oh, I've been trying out this thing in this particular business, someone that does a business similar to what you do, because of course you must have competitors. There's someone that is doing exactly what you're doing. You say, there's this challenge I'm having in my business, so I've tried it's not working. And then you're, oh, my dear, don't even waste your time on that. We'll just go and change it. Don't do that. I've done it. You don't. But a real entrepreneur will first think of why is that thing not working? Is there something else I can do? Because I believe also that repeating the same thing and expecting a different outcome is stupidity.
Yes, definition of it.
So, yes. But then, when you identify or when you do that same thing you are doing in a different way, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the same thing you're doing. You understand?
Yes.
And then you might even get a desired outcome. And then you can see other people saying, oh, no, this thing I'm trying, this thing I tried did not work. And you just smile because you know you've solved that issue of why that thing is not working.
Exactly.
So a whole lot of challenges.
Okay, thank you very much. This question now comes in from one of the views we are having, and it says they've seen small businesses that start strong vanish quickly. In a minute, can you both give us what the secret is? Because to every business, there's a secret. Until you understand the secret of the business, you won't actually thrive in it. Most people start small and they envision getting great, but all of a sudden they vanish. If you actually look into the research, like you said, they said, or SMEs, I think their span of staying in the system, these are generation SMEs, is 3 to 5 years. If you're tough, 10 years, you go very further than 35. So what is the secret to actually creating what stays and tests time? What stays very long? What is the secret?
Um, it's not like something that is hidden that they will say is a secret, but first of all, your mindset is one, and then two, your approach, which also blends into character or customer service. Yeah, and then three is how you handle challenges. I was going through a research on businesses, and it was statistically proven that if your business is able to last for the next 3 years, you have 50 to 60% chance of it staying longer. And then if it's able to last 5 to 6 years, you have 70% chance it will stay longer. So, but the moment you're able to cross 3 years, your chances are, when they say 50-50, that means you are on the good side. So, if you're able to stay 3 years, you have 50% chance of growth. So,
So what is now the secret of lasting 3 years?
Okay.
Because the chances of you even staying 3 years safe is very slim.
Yes, yes, because those are where the hard challenges comes in. Because the moment you're able to last that 3 years, funds problems or capital problem will drop, which is mostly the main excuses uh, most entrepreneurs make. So when you're able to last 3 years, money issue will reduce because at least you're already running. So income comes. So for your business to stay, your customer service is very, very important. Very, very important. Whether you render service, whether you sell products, or yeah, I think these are the two things: render service or sell products. Your customer service is number one. That is why if you see in most businesses, whether it sells, no matter what you're selling, even if it's pure water, they try to look out for who will be interacting directly with the customer. If the person interacting with the customer is arrogant, then you will drop in sales. Straight up, you will drop in sales. But if you have an interactor with the customer that is friendly, your sales will boost, be
Okay.
it service or product.
All
So that
right.
is one key factor. There are others, but that is one key factor.
All right. Thank you very much.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, so please could you go again on the question one more
The
time?
the question there is we've seen small businesses that start strong vanish quickly. So what's the secret to building something that actually lasts?
Okay, from my experience, I would say a whole lot of people I know that were in business that couldn't continue with the business was part of what actually made them go out of business was because they refused to adapt. Adaptation. You see, in our current world whereby technologies changes or upgrades every minute, as an entrepreneur, you have to be open to changes. Where is BlackBerry today? At a point, they were one of the strongest
Honestly.
mobile
Yeah.
You're using
devices.
BlackBerry, a big boy.
There was a time back when someone misplaced a BlackBerry and they came to take away his machine. BlackBerry was so expensive, and in fact they were in business.
Funny enough, I use BlackBerry. BlackBerry Bold 3 or
Yeah,
something like that.
but they refused to adapt to the
Exactly.
current technologies that were advancing in the mobile phones and what have you. And then, from experience, if you ask me again, I'll tell you that some entrepreneurs don't do their homework. Yes, because I'll always put it down to you at the cost of your problems. When you can identify your problem, you have 50% chances of solving it. So if you can tell yourself, what am I doing that is not right? Trust me, your business will move further. But when you keep on saying, I know it's from the government, oh no, it's from because I don't have a resources, oh no, there is no capital, oh no, this and that, you're not going anywhere. Okay, I'll say something. When I started mobile veterinary services after I graduated from university, before I started, I wanted Lagos to be the headquarter of the business. And then I had it in my strategic plan to cover only Nigeria, starting with Lagos. And then what I did was I walked, yeah, I took advantage of every free thing I can get, starting with my legs. Yeah, house to house. Hello, good afternoon, with a very good and smiley face. My name is Dr. This, and this is what I can do. I'm a veterinary doctor. I would like to give you my services for free. If you need me, just call me. This is my number. This is my card. I'll be giving you my services for the first 3 times you call me. This is what I did.
Honestly, selling yourself and
Yes,
business.
yes, selling myself, selling my idea, selling anything I can sell, but I sell myself out to people. So I covered most houses in the mainland, and then a few in the island because island, there are a whole lot of challenges I would rather not talk about. Yeah. So, but then by the time I was done, I said, okay, this is the time where I can go and register my business. But before I can register my business, I already had like clients calling me from different angle. Oh, please, are you close by? Can you come to? I started even gathering a team of vets. Yes, I get team of vets, you know, start out and draft out my proposal. They sign, they work with me, and we're making money together. And then the business is flourishing. So, young entrepreneurs out there should be able to identify what exactly is wrong with their business, starting from within. By within, I mean themselves. Building a business, as the topic goes, to build. Building takes processes, bricks by bricks. Architectures, we know what I'm talking about. You don't skip processes. You don't lay your foundation and then not allowing it to dry and then you put bricks on top. No, you allow the bricks to dry. There are things you are supposed to do. There are researches you are supposed to make in your business. These researches are actually what is going to carve out future problems that you might encounter during that particular business that you are going out for. Yes, you if you don't do your research, you might likely to come to sometimes if you do this research and then you just get to see the solution of the problems, you might not even really face the problem. Maybe you might just be giving other people advices on how to tackle that problem. If you do your research well, I'm not saying you're not going to face challenges as an entrepreneur. I'm not saying that. But then just do your research as an entrepreneur before you start out in any business.
Okay, thank you very much for those wise words. A lot of people are into businesses that they have not really studied. You're a business person and you don't have books about your business. You don't draft your sales. You don't record your sales. You don't do monthly analysis of how far you've grown. You don't have SWOT analysis. I believe that business is a business that is headed to fail. But thank you all for your wise words and fortunately, we believe that all our guests would learn from this particular episode. But before we go, we would want a sip of wisdom from both of our CEOs that are seated here. Just leave our viewers with one short, strong sip of wisdom for every young dreamer that is watching and for everyone that has started a business or are facing challenges on the way. Just give them that word of advice.
Everything is a phase. Just keep going.
Nice one. I like the catch. It's very catchy.
All right. Well, for me, what I would say is always note that consistency beats talent.
That's right.
Word. Consistency beats talent. Well,
Yeah.
there you have it. Your ideas are not just thoughts, they're a seed. And when you plant the seed, you have to water it. There are steps you need to take in order for you to turn your ideas into reality. This is the Talk Over Coffee Show, where we seek the kind of change we want in our society. Until our next episode, I remain your host, Joshua Tari Quickpen. Thank you very much.